Welcome all. So today I'm talking about Invoke the Goddess in You. And yes, this is a video which is specially made for all the women and on request of a lot of ladies who had written to us in a couple of months on the Gmail that please request Guru Didi to talk about the goddess characteristics and how to invoke the power or the characteristics or the relation or the act of goddess in our own lives, okay, in daily lives. Can that happen? So my answer to this question is absolutely, it is possible, and this is the way it should be actually. So all the women, whether you're from India, whether you're from overseas, any part of the globe for that matter, remember when you praying to the goddess in any form for that matter, whether it is goddess Kali, whether it is goddess Durga, or it is goddess Baglamukhi, any goddess for that matter, which is called as Shakti, the power that goddess holds, okay, it is bound to happen that you feel that power within yourself, being a woman, more than any man for that matter, because that is a feminine energy, and you being feminine yourself, you being a female yourself, will be able to relate to that power, to relate to that Shakti within you completely. But for that, you need to be really devoted, you need to be disciplined, you need to choose the correct path of spirituality. I'm not saying religion, I'm saying the word spirituality. Understand spirituality. And spirituality does not mean that you have to be like a monk. Spirituality is a way of life. And when we talk about Tantra, it becomes a faster way of life to reach to your goals in a faster way. For example, if you have, I'm not give an example to degrade any model or to just make sure that it's another brand is higher than something, but I'm just saying that we're talking about a simple car that you have to drive and reach to a destination, and on the other hand you have a Ferrari for that matter, or any sports car for that matter. Both the cars will take you to the destination, to your target, or to the place where you need to reach, but the kind of speed each one of it will have is absolutely different. The sports car will make sure that you reach faster and safely, of course. And the other car, the normal one, the daily ones that we use, will also take you to your destination, but then with a little balanced pace or slow pace than the sports car. That's exactly how Tantra works. Tantra is nothing else except a way of life in a faster way, reaching to the destination. And what is destination we're talking about here? Almighty, the divine connection. Okay, anyways, that's a different topic altogether, but I'm just trying to make you realize that whenever we talk about the feminine energy, the strength, the Shakti energy, definitely we are supposed to talk about Tantra involved into it, because even if you are not aware of it, Shakti is equivalent to the tantric process. What I'm trying to say is it's a faster process when you pray to Goddess Kali or any form of Shakti, to Durga Ji also. It's a faster way to reach, especially for the women. Now, what all can be reached in your life? Confidence, independence, every kind of independence. Okay, it's not just one kind of independence. But now what happens is sometimes you misuse your independence. That is something where things go wrong. Okay, being a woman, when you are praying to the goddess in a correct way, the characteristics of being independent, the characteristics of being strong enough to fight the battle when it comes to any wrongdoings, and then standing by the correct thing and saying no to the wrong things will come naturally to you. Okay, you will not have to really work on this. It will start coming automatically to you. But then how do you implement this in your daily life is something that you need to learn and you need to be very clear about, because this power or this connection holds a lot of responsibility along with it also. And if you're not able to handle that responsibility or that power, that connection or that energy that you're feeling as a woman, this can really put your life upside down. So, what I'm trying to say is that I always say to every woman who comes to me, every lady, every girl who comes to me through online, of course, when they contact us, that okay, fine, even if you're a black magic victim, even if you are not successful in your relationships for that matter, due to whatever reasons for that matter, okay, your financial independence as a woman is something that is really important. No matter which religion you come from, which community you come from, what age group you come from, your financial independence is really, really important for you in today's times. Without this, there is no point carrying on in your life if you're not financially independent. Now, I'm not saying that the housewives which are there do not hold any responsibility or do not hold any power in their lives. They have a lot of power because they are running the whole show of the house. Okay, we are not even going there because that is something only a woman can do. Like, it is only the power of the goddess which leads you to take care of the whole house. That also 24/7 without any break. But I'm talking about still your financial independence is really important, because housewives, that's the most thankless job in today's times. Okay, whereas it's supposed to be the highest form, because here there are no holidays, there are no vacations, there are no recognitions out here, like you get recognized in your office. But then still, every woman of today's times should have her own house and should have one vehicle of hers, a car of hers. Car, I'm saying, because it gives you the capacity to go safely on the road rather than an open two-wheeler. Okay, no matter it's a small house, no matter it's maybe a second hand car, it's absolutely fine. But you need to be independent. You never know what happens tomorrow in life. Maybe your marriage is not successful and you have to come back. So where will you go? To your father's house? To your mother's house? To your brother's house? No, I do not recommend that at all. You should be going to your own house that you've earned for yourself, because you never know what happens after your brother's marriage. Or how would you get along with another person who's come into your family, the new member, his wife? And if she's not getting along with you, then your life can become absolutely hell. And otherwise also, for that matter, even if you do not have any sibling, your financial independence, your own shelter, which is a house, gives you security, and for you to travel in your own vehicle is very important. You need to work. Do not think about marriages to happen. Think about your careers to develop first. Marriages will happen later on. And even if it does not happen, it's okay. It takes time to get the right person in your life, but only if the person respects you to the fact, only if you have something in your life, in your career as a woman, and if you know your capabilities and eligibilities, of your power, of the skills that you have, or the strengths that you have as a woman in a correct form, not misusing the skills. But otherwise, if you misuse your skills being a woman, and if you're praying to the goddess and you think, oh, I'm a woman, I can do many goddamn thing and I'll get away with it. No, you would not get away with it. This energy can absolutely destroy you also if you don't use it in a correct way. If you start misusing it, you start disrespecting your mentors, your gurus, or your fellow beings, you start seeing life, even if you start getting something little in the starting because of someone who's guiding you correctly, and you fall into that arrogance cave, you get trapped in that arrogance cave, you will immediately come down very fast and everything will be destroyed. So don't do that. You need to understand that this power, this confidence, this financial independence of making your own career also, for that matter. If your parents are taking care of you in your careers, they are wanting you to build up careers, and please make your careers. Don't get into any boyfriend matters or marriage matters. Don't start developing those dreams. I'm not saying that I'm against any marriage or anything. No, get married, but in the correct way. Correct way, I simply, it can be a love marriage also. It can be, uh, even if for that matter, if your parents are not agreeing to that fact that whatever it is, you people are adults, you can get married for that matter, that's fine. But then first is your career. First is your capacity to face the world in a correct way, being a woman. Because you need to understand that if you're praying to the goddess, you have a lot of things hidden inside you that you're not even aware of. And meditation and spiritual practices, or the correct guru or the mentor, will make sure that you get spiritually enlightened to know and feel those facts about you. And of course, if you have supportive parents, for that matter, in building up your career, being a woman, consider yourself to be extremely lucky. And then don't waste that chance. I have seen many girls and women wasting that chance. When parents trust you that, okay, you're going to the college or you're going for your jobs, and when you're actually going, betraying them and going and meeting your boyfriends who would not even turn out to be your husband in later stages, maybe. Because it's such a fast dating thing these days. Tinder is there and so many other apps are there. Don't do that. Don't fool them, because ultimately you're fooling your own self. Okay, utilize that shakti of goddess, utilize that power of goddess to build up your life. Okay, because you can make it or you can break it. No one else will be affected by it. Later stages, you are the only person will be affected. And your father's houses or your mother's houses or your brother's houses are not your own houses. Okay, build a life for yourself which is full of respect, dignity, because that is something I tell every woman, that forget everything else. First comes your self respect and your dignity. How you're leading your life. Okay, remember this. And the goddess is there with you every time. If you're praying to her and if you're devoted to her and you understand that energy of her, you will always get that help from her. But never misuse this energy of being a woman, because the moment you start doing that, things starts working for you in a different manner. It backfires you big time, and you don't even realize it, that how badly it is backfired, for that matter. The tragedy is this also. And it is just that one fine day, you don't know that when you collapse, and you collapse big time. Okay, so women, understand your power, feel your power, be happy and confident about it, have a lot of gratitude that if you're able to make your careers. And I make sure that every woman who comes to me, I give the same tip to everybody. Now, some of you utilize this, hear this carefully, and you build up your careers and you're doing very well in your lives. And some of you, on the other hand, take advantage of this and you just completely start doing something else altogether in the name of your careers and all. And then ultimately you come crying back that this has happened and that has happened. But that time is gone then. Okay? So yes, invoke the Shakti in you, invoke the goddess in you, and you will be successful in every form of your life. And even if a bad phase come, you will know how to fight it in a correct way, not by hurting people or blaming people or being disgusting with people and playing the shallow ways, but the correct ways of life. Okay? And respect other females also who have achieved something in their lives, because they have also gone through a lot of hurdles. It doesn't come easy to every woman. Every woman will have a story of her own. So you need to learn to respect other women's struggles also. Understand their emotions also. Just thinking that everything good should happen to you and nothing good should happen to another woman is not a correct way of life. This won't lead you anywhere. Okay, so build this confidence within yourself and invoke the Shakti in you. I know this video got a little longer than the usual ones, but this is something which is a very important topic. Many of you had written about this. Okay, so that's about it. I'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye and Jai Ma Kali.